Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Somewhat Serious Gaming. How's everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. This is pretty delayed because obviously you're seeing this for the first time probably 8,000 years later, and I just recorded this late as well. So I recorded way after the mini came out, and then you guys are seeing this much, much later than that. So essentially, I figured since Genesis is my favorite console and I was excited about the Mini, I really want to get my first impression. The good news for me is that this mode came up so I don't have to spoil anything for myself and I can sync up the video for you guys. So that's why it's surprisingly quiet at this moment. But you know what? First things first, this sound effect is synonymous with Streets of Rage. So specifically, I think Streets of Rage 2. And the reason why is because Yuzo Koshiro worked on the background music, which makes me a very happy person that they added a menu theme dedicated to Yuzo Koshiro to take control of that. And in addition to that, one of my other favorite companies, M2, who I know has done a lot of the emulation for the Wii Classic console. They've done some 3DS ones, and they've also done the Game Boy Advance and the Wii U shop, I believe. Um, Essentially, like, they're very good at emulation to the point where it's almost as perfect as the game. It's never perfect, but it's almost there. They're the ones that put the most love and care, and I hope M2 keeps existing forever. Brief history about those guys: their first game ever made was Gauntlet 4 for the Sega Genesis, and the way they did it, they just loved video games and loved making them. So a company, I forgot what company, reached out, but they said we want to put Gauntlet on the Genesis, but it had to be done differently because it was a different console, and they didn't want to make it generic because obviously there were some limitations that the console could do, that the arcade could do, and other things like that. So first things first, they didn't have the original source code from what I heard. They pretty much looked at what it looked like and recreated it with their own coding from scratch. That's impressive. They've also done stuff like that with like Castlevania Rebirth, where they literally put it on like a old computer of some sort. I forgot which one. You could Google this. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a resource for that, but they purposely put a limitation on themselves so they can make the game as authentic as possible, and that's the kind of dedication M2 is. So I'm very glad Sega was smart and picked the right people for this, because the At Games ones were horrible. But I digress. Let's see how this game looks and let's see what my impression of it is going to be. So let's hit English, because that's what I speak. A to confirm. Oh, it's so Streets of Rage. Yuzo Koshiro made this song? It sounds like Starlight Zone. Oh my god. I love it. It's so nostalgic. I kind of just want to stay quiet and listen to his music, but obviously that's what long plays are for, or silent long plays, or the other one. Oh, it's not just one genre. What is this referencing? I don't know every Genesis game. Don't hold me to everything. Let's see. There's release dates? Oh, you can sort by release date. Oh, that's cool. So these came in these orders? This one sounds familiar too, but I don't know what. Alex Kidd, I know, was the original mascot before Sonic. And before him was Opa Opa, the sentient ship from the Cute 'em Up. And I think there was another character, I just can't remember what. All I know is Alex Kidd was originally, from what I heard from Digital Gaming, was going to be Goku, but they didn't get the rights or whatever, and they made Alex Kidd. And also made a huge alterations. Altered Beast was what launched with the Genesis, though. Like, that was the game that was like, Genesis is arcade. Like, these songs, man, it's distracting me. Oh my god. Yuzo Koshiro, you're the man, man. If you're watching this video ever, I love you, man. You're great. Oh, I love the little icons in the bottom right where it says 1 to 2 players, and it shows the little icons of the guy. That guy was in everything. That's pretty cool. So, Space Harrier is another good one. That's also an arcade. Like, Genesis was really trying to say, like, yo, we're bringing the arcade home. And other than the Neo Geo, like, this was, like, the greatest thing to it before that came out. And also the most affordable, because when Neo Geo came out, it was, like, I don't know, like, $500? $400? This sounds like something else. Is this Mickey Mouse's game? I don't know a lot of these games. But Ghouls and Ghosts, another classic. Yo, this D-pad is super sensitive. I'm not used to it because when my Genesis, if I tap the button, it only goes once. But this, if I'm even on it for like a millisecond after, it skips 2 steps. Alright, Golden Axe is a classic. I already recorded this with my brother, so you watch Too Many Toasters Brothers for that. Collins is great. Funny thing about this, if I could find a way to work with my brother to show the picture, I got to like level 200 on like one of the modes. It wasn't arcade mode, but I kept going and I was trying to see how far I could get. I don't know if I can repeat that, but it's possible. Thunder Force is very popular. The one that's the best from what I heard is 4. Castle of Illusion. Yo, the whole Disney interaction with Sega, one, made the console successful, and also, like, they had a really close relationship with each other. I don't know this song either. But yeah, like they made I think it was called Fantasia. I think they made that game. And apparently Walt Disney did not want this to ever be syndicated with like merchandising or anything. So Disney didn't know that until Walt Disney's brother got into the mix. By the way, I got this from Stray Fox, so watch that video. It's really good. Just go to Stray Fox. He has great videos about like old technologies. And let's see. So they said because we kind of screwed you with your sales because we made you recall all the games. Because they literally made the games, the cartridge and everything. Disney said, we'll help you with other games. And they did. And they made some great games. Aladdin was the 3rd best-selling game on the console, which is crazy. And it was really well animated. Like, it looked like the movie in pixel form. But it was very fluent for something, and I was surprised they were able to store it. By the way, another video of Stray Fox, so watch that too. Strider, yep, another classic. Sonic, of course, I played this. It's part of the marathon I'm working on. I don't know when that's going to get done, but we'll get it done because I'm doing every main console Sonic game I can have my hands on. So there might be a few that fall beneath the cracks, but I'm going to try. And I'm not going to count Game Gear or portable games for that because unless I can output it to a TV, I'm not doing it. Just because it's a nightmare for me. I'm not fond of recording or playing portable games. It used to be fun as a kid, but I just can't now. I kind of like just playing it in my room and on TV. But yeah, Wonder Boy, another good classic game. I think this is the one that also got a remake that's still compatible, but that might be the Master System one, so I could be wrong. I have to play the game to see. I haven't played this one yet. Toe Jam and Earl was fun. I played a little bit of that. That's a very good role game. I've heard of this game, Alicia Dragoon. Let's see, Kid Chameleon. That game I played a lot of. There's too many levels. And I was playing it through this like rent-to-own kind of game, and I didn't have money, so I never got far. Oh my god, they got Super Fantasy Zone, so it looks like Opa Opa's in it, so that's gonna be fun. I know that Opa Opa has, I think, 3 games from the Master System and the Genesis, so there's also Opa Opa's Tears or something like that with like his son. I don't know how Ship has a son, but it does. Sonic 2, already played this one. Echo, this game was oddly creepy as a kid, just because of the music, but not a huge appeal to me, but I might play it again someday. Road Rash, everyone loves this game. I haven't played it, but it kind of reminds you of Super Hang-On, where you beat people up. Streets of Rage, this is a classic. I played this game a lot. I love this game so much. I'm not the best at it, but I love it, and I'll record that someday if I haven't already. Fun fact, I tried to record Streets of Rage 1, but we lost the footage because the Hop Hog just died, so Elgato has to pick up the pace for that one. World of Illusion, this was another good game. This was the spiritual third game of the Mickey Mouse series, of the Illusion series, I believe. The second one being that Donald Duck game, I forgot what it was called. I think it was called Quackshot. Wait, this song. That's from Comic Zone? I think it's called Comic Zone? It's here somewhere. Where are you? Yeah, Comic Zone. That's what that song's from. So I'm glad they included that. Sorry for my sidetrack. Shining Force. I played Shining in the Darkness, which is technically the first game in the series. And Shining in the Darkness was a dungeon crawler in the first person's perspective, similar to Phantasy Star 1. But Shining Force is where it became like kind of like a tactical RPG. And from what I heard, it's one of the best. So definitely looking forward to this game. I wish we had Shining Force 2. Gunstar Heroes, I played this game. I love it. It's a great game. Shinobi 3, I played this game a little bit, but I was mostly Revenge of Shinobi. That game, Revenge of Shinobi, is unbelievably fun. I love it. It's a hard game, but I love Shinobi 2, or as they call it in Japan, Super Shinobi, and called Shinobi 3 Super Shinobi 2. Ask Japan that, I don't know. But the first game was the Master System game, or the arcade game, whichever you want to consider. But that's a whole confusing branching timeline, because the first Shinobi splits into like several directions. But if I ever get a Master System, I will try to play those games too, if possible. Street Fighter 2, I actually have this game. But, you know, another fun game. It's Street Fighter. You can't go wrong with it. It's the only Street Fighter I play. I can't play the new ones because it requires ridiculous combos, and I'm not a competitive player. So, it's a good game, and it's a good series. It's a great franchise. Landstalker, another good game. I haven't played it, but I got it on Steam a while ago and never played it. Spinball, this game is hard, but I beat it once. Keyword once. It required me playing 4 players so I could have enough plays to try to see how far I could get. And ironically, I was lucky with the last stage and beat it in my first try. But I don't think I'll be able to replicate that, because from what I heard, it's the worst stage in the game, so we'll deal with that. Mean Bean Machine. This is Puyo Puyo. I love Puyo Puyo. It is one of the best games, puzzle games. I actually like it more than Tetris. It's a very fun game. I love that they included a Puyo Puyo Tetris game. The verse mode is unfair. It's so much more of a disadvantage when someone in Tetris does a combo against you, because it blocks your combos, literally blocks your combos. But when you do that to someone in Tetris, it just gives them more lines to use against you. So it's like, when you attack someone with Puyo Puyo against Tetris, Tetris like, cool, thanks for the fuel, bro. I'm gonna use it against you now. And I'm like, oh crap, you blocked the one spot I need to put the color. So, you know, I never agreed with it, but yeah, Puyo Puyo got ported to SNES and Genesis. Genesis, it was called Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. I think the other one was Kirby's Avalanche, I believe. I think that was the name of the game. But it was the same mechanic. It was just Puyo Puyo 1. And then Puyo Puyo 2 got released in Japan, but never in America. So you could get that on the Switch, actually, the SNES version. Or if you were happen to buy it on the Wii Shop channel, they had the Genesis version, and I beat the Genesis version, so that was fun. Eternal Champions. I'm not sure what this is. It's a fighting game, from what I heard. Never played it. I was a poor kid when I got Genesis, so we didn't get that many games for my console. I have a good like 50, and I want to increase it. I love Genesis, and the gems, man. The gems alone are what I want to play. There's so many useful games. Speaking of which, like, getting back to that, like, just Genesis, man, like, and Saturn. I wanna get them all, man. Like, I wanna get, yo, Sega, make it happen. Panzer Dragoon Saga, remake it, re-release it, whatever you gotta do. Take the source code, just make that game brought, because I heard it was Final Fantasy VII's competitor. I know it's probably not as hyped or as good as that, but the fact that it even got recognition of that just means it must be a good game. So, make it come out. Bloodlines was not released until the PS4 and Xbox One, with the Castlevania collection, but this was the first time Castlevania followed the lore of the Bram Stoker's book. And also it's the one with gore, so it actually has violence, so you see blood. Except for the Euro version, I believe. Same thing with Contra Hard Corps. Europe was also censored, it was Probotector or something like that. And the funny thing about this game is that in Japan you have a health bar, but in the American version they're like, no, we gotta keep it the same as the other Contra games, so they're gonna get one-hit deaths. And I'm like, well, why would you do that to us? We can't. If the game wasn't designed for that, why would you do that to us? But they did, so. What else? Earthworm Jim, another classic. I prefer this over the Super Nintendo version. I don't care if the Super Nintendo version looks cleaner and sounds cleaner with the voice acting, but this one was just, in my opinion, better. And technically, the Sega CD version is the best version because it has the audio fixes from what I understand. I haven't tested it, but that's what I heard. People kept saying the CD version was better. But yeah, no, it had more lines, more jokes, and just more levels, and it was fun. Dynamite Heavy, a Treasure favorite. Like, you gotta love Treasure. They make some great games, and I have a few of them in my collection. Like Silhouette Mirage, which was one of my favorites. It actually inspired, like, the whole color swapping bullet hell stuff. Dynamite Heavy, of course, is a good one. I have this on the Wii Shop channel as well. Let's see. There's Mischief Makers. There's the game with Epsilon Eagle. I'm trying to remember where the Alien Storm, I believe. I'm drawing a blank because I'm tired. Mega Man: The Wily Wars. This was never released in America in cartridge form. It came through the Sega channel. It came through the freaking Sega channel, man. You have no idea how painful it is that it was in the Sega channel because I could never buy it. I got it through like emulation at a friend's house. He had it and I played it, and I beat it the same way I beat it on Mega Man: The Anniversary Collection up to the first game. Second game I went halfway through and then I never finished it. But now that I have it, I guess we can play it. Phantasy Star 4, the finale of the Phantasy Star series. This is made by a creator who was the first, like, one of the most highly regarded female programmers. What a rarity back in the day. She made things that were way advanced. Like, when I saw 3D on the Master System, even if the walls looked the same, the fact that it had that fluid animation was amazing to me. And it was so different. And I thought it was, you know, I think Phantasy Star is going to be a fun game for me to play. I only play a little bit because I wanted to save it for a recording session. Beyond Oasis, man. Ancient, Yuzo Koshiro's company, worked on this game too. And I'm sorry, it has the sound effects from Streets of Rage, and Aladdin looks like Axel from Streets of Rage, so the sound effects don't help, and the fact that he has like a blue bandana, it's just funny. Light Crusader, another good game. I don't know much about it, I just know it's a good game. Let's see. Comics, so I played this game a lot. It is ungodly hard. I don't think I'll ever beat this game, but it's such a good game. Vector Man, we have this for the Sonic Mega Collection. We have Vector Man 1 and 2. Great game. I never beat it, only because I never had the time to. Virtual Fighter, another classic fighting game. Virtual Fighter series went to Sega Saturn. It was a fun game. I think it was like one of the few 3D ones because it came on the Genesis as well. Monster World 4. This game was translated in English for the Wii Shop channel. I have it, but now I have it again for the Genesis Collection, so I love that. And now the 2 extra games. Darius. This one I heard about. Apparently it's a port of the arcade version, and some people aren't sure if they just took the incomplete one that it was incomplete, then someone fan made it and finished it more, and then it got released on this. But people say that's speculation, we'll never know. So I guess Google Darius and see if there's anyone that confirms that technology, or the person who credited for it, or if it was fan made as made. But still, nice bonus game to add. Tetris, the illustrious Tetris. This was, I think, 10 copies released in all of America. I think maybe the world too, but I'm not sure. But this game, I love how it says question mark on it. This game was recalled because of the Tetris copyright, because everyone was trying to release Tetris on their consoles, and then I forgot the Tetris company or someone got the rights to it or whatever, but this had to be returned, and If my brother was here, I forgot what he told me. Tetris was made by the same guy. Oh, now I remember. The person who made this version of Tetris made Columns. So that one is fun. That's a fun fact to me, and I might play this game for this playthrough real quick, just because I want to see what Tetris is like. Because I never played the Genesis Tetris, and I just want to see what they did with it. It's probably not that big of a deal. Let's see, what is this? A to Z, genre, number of players, release date. I'll leave it release date for now. Let's go to settings. I want to see what this has. Please read before playing. Why? In rare case, depending on health conditions, flash screens, blah blah blah, please. Okay, so guys, if you're epileptic, you're probably gone, like Joel said, so sorry about that. Don't watch things that give you epilepsy, because video games all do that. But if not, I guess just be careful, and here's a warning. Languages, we want English. Screen setting. I don't get it. Oh. Do I want it wider or do I want the box? Do I care? I care. I do that with my actual Genesis that's hooked up through the FrameMeister. Wallpaper settings. Ooh. What do we got here? We got Sonic just smiling at us with the speakers. We got just strange background. We got total darkness. I like the black background. I don't know. Call me boring. Staff credits. Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, Sega Mega Drive. Good job, Haruki. Everyone, you guys are great. I don't know. I can't say all your names because you guys are moving way too fast. Whoever Sega Toys did, that guy, you did good too. M2, we love you guys, man. Thank you for making this game. You guys are the best. All of you guys. Every one of you. Remember these names by heart, everyone. No, don't really do that. But these guys made it possible. They're the ones that made this game, this mini, like, give you access to games you can't find. Like, a lot of these games, people say, oh, I didn't play this in my childhood, but you know what? Yuzo Koshiro, man! There he is! But, like, you have no idea, like, there's some games that are, like, $40+ still to this day, some 100, so I'm glad that they brought some of these games so I don't have to, like, find them. Ha, Fupak. That's funny. Okay, Tetris Mega Drive. Good job, guys, for that. Wing. Okay, let's see. Yuzo Koshiro, man, the music driver. I love it. That's the name of the song? Good to know. Let's see. All these salespeople. Well, you guys were great salespeople. You sold this to me. Sales promotion. Oh, yeah, the commercials. The Genesis does. They brought it back. They didn't say Nintendo, which was hilarious. And a lot of my friends were like, Genesis does what? What does it do, Sega? Tell us. But, I don't know what... Oh, that's Asia. Okay, Asia business. I'm kind of far away from my screen. Yuji Nakamura. Yay. I thought it was Yuji Naka, so my brain got distracted. Tetsuro. That's a popular name. These are all popular names for characters. Package and manual production. Yep, the packaging looks just like the console. But yeah, is there a secret here? I feel like there's gonna be like a Tutaka song equivalent. I forgot the name of the guy, but he has his own version of Tutaka song in Oppo Oppo's menu theme and Super Hang-On's menu themes. So if you don't, I don't know the guy's name, so you guys find it and put in the comments, you know, that kind of thing. Sega America, good job, man. You guys did something great. Now make more Sonic games like Sonic Mania. Forecasting and research analyst. Wow, there's a lot. There's been a lot of work put into this, so I'm glad. I'm glad it came out well, because imagine how many people they had to pay. First of all, to make this, and secondly, to get the rights. They had to pay Treasure. They had to pay freaking Konami. They had to pay a lot of people to have those games, and that's probably why certain games aren't on this, because they couldn't afford it. Like, they're not a console maker anymore. They're not Nintendo. Like, they just don't have that kind of say in the world anymore. Too many things took them down, unfortunately. They were too ahead of their time, which is sad, and their marketing was questionable in certain moments. But the thing that always impressed me about Sega is that it just had compassion. Like, every game they made, every type of promotion they tried to do, it just felt like it had a soul to it. Like Genesis was unique to me in that regard because they had so much IPs that they made just for their consoles, like a lot, like way more than I think Nintendo did, to my knowledge. I could be wrong, but like there's so many games that are just gone now because there's no console to really promote them on. Some games have come back, like Panzer Dragoon just recently come back with their first game, and depending on who buys it, that will determine if it'll be successful or not. And I mean, like, they're bringing some things back, like Landgrazer. I was really happy that it got announced for American release. I think it was because of the mobile game that it got approved. So there's that, and then whatchamacallit, like, there's just so much things that Sega did. Like, the Sega CD could have been more successful if it focused more on RPGs and utilizing that extra space in the disc. If it wasn't that stupid video motion games that they made, it wouldn't have given it a bad taste. Like, imagine if they had more than Lunar. They had all the top RPGs and cutscenes. It'd be amazing. That was the one thing I thought. And I'll be honest, the Sega Boombox for, I think it was Europe, that was hilarious. Alright, let's see. Legal notices. What are the legal notices? What am I don't know what these say. I don't understand. This is too much. How do you expect people to read this? Do you just put this here just to mock us? We need summaries, people. Come on. What? Oh my god, look at how much this line... what does this remind me of? Oh yeah, Crash Team Racing. You were obligated to read through this. It would not let you do anything until you read it. So I'm at least glad that one, Sega makes it optional, and two, lets you skip through all this. So this is funny. Can I get out? Okay, cool. Yeah, Sega is best. Alright. Well, it's been 20 minutes. I guess this will be my first 30-minute video. Oh, wow. You know what? We'll call it a day for this so I can actually make Tetris a playthrough. Because I don't want to make this, you know... If you don't like this video, you should have obviously skipped it by now. If not, thank you for listening to me and my ramblings. I'm just so happy that the Genesis came out. Like, the Mini is great. I hope they make a Saturn Mini. They put Panzer Dragoon Saga on it. Who am I kidding? They don't even know how to reverse engineer it, but it's a dream. It's a dream. Like, there's so many complications with the Saturn, and if Panzer Dragoon Saga gets released, and all those rare Japanese, like, amazing RPGs that came out for it, if they come out and they translate them, that'd be great, because I heard there were so many classic gems of games that stayed in Japan and never got the opportunity to see the Western market, and it hurts because, like, I don't even think they have French translations because they're not that popular, but they look like Passions of Love, and I want to see those games come out. I think it'd be really interesting what they have to offer, so hopefully someday that'd be a dream come true, but, you know, someday. Alright, I'm babbling on, so guys, have a good day, good evening, good morning, good night, whatever. Thank you again. Thank you for sticking with me, and have a good one. Bye.